Alderman Orange.
Here.
Alderman Campbell. Alderman Losh.
Here.
Alderman Bushman.
Here.
We have a quorum. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes of the previous meetings.
I make a motion to approve the legislative session of August 13th and special tax levy session of August 27th, 2024.
I'll second.
Alderman Orange makes a motion to approve August 13th regular legislative session and special tax levy session of August 27th, 2024. Alderman Bushman second the motion. Alderman Orange.
Yes.
Alderman Campbell. Alderman Losh.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman. Approval of the August 2024 meetings have been approved. Approval of the August 2024 utility adjustments, there are none. Approval of the August 2024 financials.
I make a motion to approve the August 2024 financials.
I will second.
Alderman Orange makes a motion to approve the June 2024 financials. Alderman Bushman second the motion. Alderman Orange.
Yes.
Alderman Campbell. Alderman Losh.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
That should have been August 2024.
August 2024, correction. August 2024 financials have been approved. All right, is there any public comment? There are no ordinances or bills, there are no resolutions. Police chief?
That's the way it always is, keyboard warriors. So, call for service were up just a little bit this month. Our citations were up quite a bit compared to last month, this time last year. Last year there was 30, this year there's 61. Our arrests were also a little more than double what it was the previous year. School's back in session. We're spending a lot of time right around the school district, or prior to and right after school. One of the big things we're trying to do is increase how fast the kids can release this parent pickup. So Officer Usher has been working with the staff trying to get that worked out, make it a little bit faster and easier for kids to get picked up. We just completed our MoDOT grant. We finished it this week. That would have been for the 23-24 fiscal year. We were granted $7,000 for overtime, and which we have spent every penny of that. We've also used, we've also been given the opportunity to have some what they call mini grants, which is hosted by NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And basically they ask us to do child protection, seat belts, stuff like that. So we've done 3 mini grants this year as well. We have, as you guys have known, a sign saying that we could apply for a grant for this coming fiscal year, which takes off October 1st. And we did so, and that was also granted for $7,000, which I think that these grants are fantastic for both the officers and the cities. The city gives the officers to make some time and a half overtime, especially the way things are going in our country right now. And it also gets the patrol cars out being visible, making traffic stops and stuff like that, so people around town see that we are very visible, which whenever it comes to the criminal element, they don't want officers being visible, so it kind of deters all the way around. It's a win-win for everybody. I did a little bit of a comparison between another police agency approximately our size, just to give you guys an idea of what we do and how many calls for service that we take. And I'm not saying that we're any better than anybody else, I'm just comparing numbers. So for, I use Clever PD, which is their city's just a smidge higher in population than what we are. And in a 3-month period, Clever PD responded and took, also created, I should say, 345 calls for service. In that same 3-month period for Sparta Police Department, we created and responded to 764. We have more than double the amount of calls that they do. And I'll tell you that a lot of that is officer initiated. I'm not saying that we have overrun with crime or anything like that, but we're getting out, being very visible, making those traffic stops and stuff like that to keep the riffraff out of town. That's all I have for you this month. If you guys have any questions for me. All right.
Thank you very much. Gage?
Short and sweet, there's really not a whole lot to update. We're still planning the Christmas parade. We are going to have a vendor supplying hot chocolate and s'mores. So we're just working on an agreement there as far as price goes. Once we have that, we'll combine it with everything else that we just pay for expenses and bring it to you. So fingers crossed next month. I know I said that last month.
That's okay. That's exciting that you're gonna have somebody do that though.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Did they ever get in touch with anyone about reindeer?
Ashley did yesterday.
Okay.
And she has had no luck so far from the folks that have done it in the past at the Christmas market. I think
Okay.
she's looking at other options right now.
Okay, because, no luck as in the date wasn't available, or?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Okay, okay, because I was gonna say, they've been calling me like crazy, so I didn't know where you guys were, or if you had talked to them.
Yeah, she's reached out to me.
Okay. Because I did it early November. Okay, well, thank you very much. Robert, any updates for us?
Nothing new. We did close out a permit this month for the sign of the new Sparta laundromat.
Yes?
Other than that, we're just kind of going with the flow and trying to finish out the rest of these that we have standing, existing permits, so nothing new.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
I was asked by a citizen why the old house over here on PP Highway hadn't been condemned.
Why it hasn't?
Yep.
I'm not sure about that. Usually the condemnations come to me and I take care of them as they come, so it's just not something we've looked into yet. I know currently we're looking into several and it's kind of a lengthy process to go through and a lot of legal action has to be taken beforehand, so we're just kind of getting them as they come and trying to get them worked on, so.
We have to actually email and communicate with the attorney, and we have to get approval from the attorney to move forward.
What about the one down here on South Avenue?
Kind of the same thing, we're waiting on,
We've had to do title searches.
yeah.
The attorney told us to do title
We have to do title
searches.
searches.
We have to make sure we have everything in order.
Yeah, that's actually more of a, he does deliver,
I do the inspections on the
Yeah.
condemnation, but most of the other stuff I'm not involved with.
that's the other stuff Becky and I, handle as far as emailing the attorney, because we have to get the approval before we send it to him, so he hasn't even seen those yet.
He just got another employee.
Thank you.
Sir. Okay, so the discussion and approval of the annex tract, we are gonna pass on that due to, not really an issue, but an error that they found on their side. So they are going to, get that corrected, and we'll bring it back to the board next month. The next thing on here is the plan of action moving forward for the Sparta Event and Business Center. So we signed a contract with Roger Melton to do the auction, and the auction did not go through. Per his contract, we are still obligated to pay him 60 days past the auction if it were to sell. We will come to that point October 17th. October 17th, I would like to see it go back to Noel, who had it originally listed, who's put forth a lot of time and energy and advertisement on that. But we can't do anything until October 17th, but at that point, I would like to sign the contract back with Noel, since he is here local, and he's already put quite a bit of money into advertising for it, and put it back on the market.
I think we ought to put it on the motor list.
He does. We just had
does multi-listed?
Yes.
But we're gonna come in and lower the price on that.
Oh, the roof.
Oh, yes, we can't do anything, even if we wanted to, we can't do anything right now, because the roof, we had a leak in it, had an adjuster come out, and the hail damage was like crazy on it, so they're gonna replace the, so that, Mopron's gonna replace that roof. We have it out for bid right now, and we have to have the bids back. Do you
Before our
remember?
next meeting, so
Yeah.
they can look at the bids.
So the next meeting, we'll agree on a bid to get the roof replaced.
Yeah, we've gotten one estimate, the adjuster came back in with Mopron. It's gonna be right around $30,000. We have a $2,500 deductible, but we also have a little over $10,000 in depreciation. So that, we're looking at probably approximately $13,000 to get the roof replaced on our end.
Appreciation.
The building's old.
Oh, I know, but that shouldn't have anything to do with it.
It's what's on my paperwork.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So now, insurance companies used to do replacement cost. 90%, I'd say 98% of insurance companies right now, just do actual cash value any longer because they were losing money on the replacement cost on them. So I would say 98% of all insurance
And
companies.
some of the damage had been done was prior to the hailstorms because of the way everything looked when he went over and got on the building and inside the building. He said some of it had been there for a little while.
So when we sell it, we'll be selling it with a new roof as well.
He came from Oakland's adjuster. That's our insurance company. He was our adjuster. I don't know I got an estimate in for a bid in today, but I didn't even look at it. I just put in the folder for you guys for next month. I couldn't even tell you who it was from. Yeah, they're everywhere, that's right.
The roof leaks,
Yes,
has it done any damage inside yet?
no, just to, what's those called, tiles, like what we have up here. That's the only thing. He said there's one area that's got a little bit of damage with the wood frame, and that's where our depreciation stuff's coming in, because that didn't just happen.
Okay.
And you're more than welcome to look at the estimate thing to come in. I've just got it in a folder waiting. I'm just waiting for bids to come in for you guys to have everything in front of you.
So do we want to put it back on the listing as soon as we can, as soon as that roof gets replaced?
Well, you'll have for October 17th.
October
Yeah, but
17th?
we can go ahead and vote and then we can,
We've got another meeting before that.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
do?
that's fine with me, so what?
We don't even jump the gun.
Okay. So wait and see what the,
Yep.
okay.
Make sure we get everything done on the roof,
Okay.
and all that expense.
Right,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
what we're trying to avoid is Roger Melton, not necessarily Roger Melton coming back in. With our contract deal, we just need to make sure we cannot list until after October
Yep.
17th. I mean, we
Yep.
don't mind giving him the percentage,
I
but
understand
that's our
that.
pocket.
What he's saying is we have another meeting, so we'll just put it on the next.
Yeah, I
meeting
don't
agenda.
care how you guys do it, I just want everybody to have a
A heads
front
up.
what's
Okay.
going on with my desk.
Okay.
Put it on the next meeting.
So we'll pass and put that one on. Okay, so there is no closed session. Miscellaneous business, we have a developer that is wanting to develop a small piece on Division Street. So he dropped this off. So here's the park. This. That's the right side for you. So this is the park,
Yep.
and this is the rollers, and this is that piece of property right here.
Where the house sits back.
No, this is the house. That's the house one with the circles driveway right there?
Yeah.
That's the house right there. So this one is, you can't hardly see this one because it's wooded right here,
Yeah.
and so it's right back there. So
So,
he's,
so it's between this first house
uh-huh,
and the park.
yep,
Okay.
yep. And so what he's wanting to do is to make the smaller lots, so these are to make smaller homes. And then the setback,
Instead of 10 foot, a 7 foot setback on the side yards, and instead of 10,000 square foot lots, it lists what the smallest lot is there. I don't remember off the top of my head. There's 4 of them that are the smallest size.
looks like 7,000.
Yeah.
But some of them are 8,200, 7,200.
And then the largest is 10,099.
Right back here in the corner.
Yep.
Did he mention how big of the homes that they were?
I didn't speak with him.
Okay.
His number is on there if we want to give him a call.
100 feet or 70 feet on the lot. Can't put much of a house on that, that's for sure.
Yeah, there'll be smaller ones, like the other ones over here on Division as well. Yeah, the 70 by 100 is the smallest. The rest of them are a little bigger.
Well, this one's 70 by 100, this one's 70 by 100, this one's 70 by 100, that one is too. That one is a little bigger.
And this one's not completely square, it's got more on this side than that side. But before, this has not been annexed in, so he was kind of wanting to get a feel for what the board would allow him to do, prior to annexing.
Or buying 2 of them, isn't it? Has he already bought
You
that?
want us to annex it so we don't have to put up the county. Is all that is.
Yeah, the county actually has,
Stiffer rules from the city of Sparta.
well, their lot sizes are a lot smaller. So the lot sizes for county are a lot smaller than what ours are. So they could be right on top of each other.
Well, really, that's not good because that's a fire hazard. If someone catches fire, the whole thing.
Oh, okay, where we usually park though. Oh, okay.
I don't know how big that lot is.
He has not purchased it yet. And the lot total is 5
He's
point.
not purchased the property yet, he's just trying to see if he can do this before he buys.
And it's,
This isn't, I didn't wanna bring this to a vote until,
Yeah.
I wanted everybody to look at it, and then we can put it on the agenda to vote next time.
21 houses on 5 acres.
What, is there a road that goes into it? How wide's the road?
I think they're building the road.
50.
Had to be at least 24.
Should be.
25 of that.
That's a lot of houses.
Yeah, the right of way. So 25 feet was the road? 50 right of way? Like 50 width, including right of way?
Is that included right away or is that the street itself?
50 includes right of way.
How much?
50, 25.
This is small, this is 20.
And I mean, we could even come back, and say, hey, we're gonna need to go bigger.
Just seems like a lot for 5 acres. For a 5 acre lot. So is this still on city water and sewer?
It will.
Why can't we get people that want a decent house out here, but just keep getting these little bitty, which you know, buy little bitty houses?
They're just developers.
I've been trying to maximize profits, I understand, but
Right, I mean, it's just the developers, it's just,
I think they're looking for economically friendly homes, like cheaper homes, because people can't afford the $300,000-$400,000 homes.
The driveways won't be long enough set with one car on it.
they're gonna be, just shoot back over there.
nothing else good.
I mean, it's a little bit different when you got the larger piece of property where you can kind of space them out, but I think even his over there were bigger than these lots.
On Allspice?
No, the one on for,
The Millroad Edition.
yeah. the Millroad
Oh,
Edition.
yeah, I think his smallest variance was 8,000 or 9,000. With standard setbacks.
There won't be no garages either. Not big enough.
Is he set on that many houses, do you guys know?
I
Didn't
mean,
he,
that's kind of the number he gave me right off the bat.
I was gonna say, didn't he originally come with 22 houses on the 5 acres?
Originally it was 22, and then after he drew it out, he figured 21.
So if you talk to him, do you know what size these houses are gonna be?
No, he hasn't mentioned much about the houses themselves, but it would require variance because I think our code stated what has to be 10,000.
It's 10,000 square foot lots with a 10-foot setback between, or from the edge of the house to the property line, and he's wanting a 7-foot side yard setback.
10 years down the road, it's gonna be a slum.
Yeah.
I'm not out of it.
I agree with him. Bigger lots, less houses would be a lot better.
Okay.
Even 15.
Well, we can go back to him and tell him.
I mean, we had to grant a variance anyway, so we'd have to grant a variance anyway. If you don't grant a variance, you can't do it.
Sorry. Let me get this rolled up and then I'll talk. Okay, go ahead.
I said he'd have to get a variance from the board either way if he wanted to go smaller, so it would
Yes.
just be whether or not we granted
Yes.
variance.
I would say our minimum should probably be 8,500 minimum.
With the standard 10-foot setback?
Huh?
With the standard 10-foot setback, or would you allow a 7-foot setback? Like, what's, because I mean, I feel like 10
On a
foot's
bigger
close.
lot with a 7-foot setback, you could have a bigger house.
Right.
The 7-foot setback's not my biggest concern as much as, like he said, just putting in a ton on that. So, we can go back to him and say, present something else.
Yeah.
So,
There
okay.
shouldn't be enough room between the houses to get a backhoe through it.
There would be, not with a 7-foot setback. That would make the peak, or the edge of the roof 10 feet apart,
Yeah, that's not
because
good.
it is typically a 2-foot hangover. So,
Right.
Neighbors hate each other.
The place would be busy.
Please don't accept that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can talk to your neighbors and just open the window.
yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have to open them.
You can hear it.
Shoot it out the window.
And if you get one in there that's got loud music, the cops is gonna be there 24/7.
Or if the husband and wife have a dispute, start yelling at each other, neighbors call the cops, they're fighting.
Yes, ma'am.
You're saying 2,000 square foot lot?
No, 7,000.
7,000,
Yes. That's
Okay.
what they presented.
okay.
Yeah.
That's probably about what, 75 by 100?
Yeah, I think that's.
75.
75.
That was, used to be the minimum here in Sparta for a while. What's the amount
Minimum is
now?
now 10,000 square foot.
Okay.
All right, just adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
Alderman Orange makes a motion to adjourn. Alderman Losh second the motion. Alderman Orange?
Yes.
Alderman Campbell? Alderman Losh?
Yes.
Alderman Bushman?
Yes.
September 10th, regular board of Alderman meeting closes at 6:25.